Hey, family, welcome to another episode of the Saturday Sit Down, hosted by your two favorites, my lovely co host, Miss Lovey, host of Live, Laugh, and Lovey podcast, as well as myself, Miss Aaron Bull, host of The Beacon of Truth. Happy Saturday. We have an exciting show, but before we get into it, Miss Lovey, how are you?
I'm still baffled that you don't like corn. You can't throw something like that out there and then tomorrow, oh, it's time to start the show. The hell? But to answer your question, I'm fine. I'm tired.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. I'm super tired. Let me get back to the corn thing in a minute. Can we just do the intro? Thank you. Places, people. But even though this was a shorter week, it was not a 4-day week for me. I worked 6 days, so this was 5 days. But it did not feel shorter at all. It was, yeah. But we survived. So nevertheless, back to the corn thing. I just don't like corn.
Like, you don't like the taste of it. You don't like the kernels.
I don't
Is
care
it
for
a
the
textural
kernels.
thing?
I don't know if it's a textural thing. Like, I mean, generally, if it's in something like a soup or a stew or something, I'll eat it. But just like, hey, here's some corn as a side dish. No, pass. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. I mean, I can't explain it. I just don't care for it.
I just don't understand.
I know you never do.
Like, I just don't. I don't get. Okay, the reason why I'm confuggled because I used to talk to this guy who was from Florida, and he did not. I mean, the way that his face showed a level of disgust when I said corn, and I'm like, who doesn't eat? I mean, even though it has absolutely no nutritional value, but it's okay.
Yeah. So, nevertheless,
Not
so
even like because I make Mexican corn and it has mayonnaise, chili powder, and Parmesan cheese.
we've talked about that.
You wouldn't eat that?
I mean, I'm open to trying it. Like, it's not like a ooh, corn is disgusting. I don't know. I don't even know how to explain my dislike for it. It's not a disdain. It's.
Is this based off of childhood experiences or have you tried it as an adult?
I mean, I have corn regularly. I mean, like I said, if it's in something I eat, I don't just pick it out or whatever. I just don't eat like corn on the cob or cream corn or steamed corn, sweet corn, whatever. However it comes when it's just by itself. I don't.
Hey, Courtney. Hey,
Hey,
Jermaine.
Courtney. Hey, Jermaine. All right, so here we go. Today, we are talking about bonnets and body counts. So, first of all, let's talk about the bonnets. So this topic came to me from actually my aunt, but Monique put out a statement just addressing women that she saw in the airport wearing bonnets and pajamas and the furry slippers that usually accompany that. So she put out like a 5-minute video PSA. I thought it was well spoken. She wasn't rude. She wasn't yelling, screaming. She definitely was coming from the perspective of like an auntie mom type person, but she got an awful lot of backlash behind it to the point where she put out a second video just addressing those people. So, how we feel about bonnets, and are there places that it's appropriate and places that it's not? Me personally, I'm not going out the house in a bonnet unless I'm going to the hair salon. Like, I'm going to get my hair done. I may go in a bonnet, but I ain't going nowhere else. And I wouldn't go to the airport. Like, you're traveling. Just because you're traveling doesn't mean it's a vacation. But generally, when you travel, one of the first things you want to do is eat. You going to eat in your bonnet?
You eating at the airport?
No, like when you touch down after your flight.
Depends on what time you land, though. If you land at 11 o'clock, you trying to sleep.
Maybe. So how okay, let's stop there. How you feel about bonnets?
They're meant for the house.
Okay. I'm in agreement, but a lot of women are not. Um,
Yeah, hence the one that I saw when I was coming home. She was sitting outside. No, it was a little girl. She was sitting outside. It's hot as hell. You wearing a big old thick pink bonnet with a black band. Girl, where's your parents? Who have failed you?
right. And speaking of parents, I was raised that before you leave the house, you comb your hair, wash your face, brush your teeth. I mean, and that when you leave out the house in a bonnet, that's not how it appears. I ain't trying to get all in somebody's business, but it doesn't. Gee, oh no.
It's not. It's not because I too was also raised that when you leave the house, you better look like something. Don't just go out that. And I will never forget. Do not go out of this house looking like who shot John and Wiffo.
Yes. Or like don't nobody care about you. Like you ain't got no home training.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you step out of your house, even as an adult, you are a reflection of not only your upbringing, but your house. Your reflection of your significant other, your reflection of your children as a parent, and I just think that it shows that you don't have pride in yourself. I mean, and uh eh, I don't know how people embrace that.
Because
And
we
then
live in a lazy society.
and generally when you see people with a bonnet, they're not dressed. It's not like you getting dressed and you have on a bonnet. Generally when you have on a bonnet, it comes with the pajamas. We-
Mm-hmm.
and you wear the bonnet every day. It's nobody, I ain't gonna say nobody, but a lot of people do not have like a plethora of bonnets. Even if you're wearing it as a protective style or protective, to protect your hair, there are other options. There are traditional head wraps, turbans,
Mm-hmm.
ball caps,
Mm-hmm.
just better options than that.
We live in a lazy society.
And I'm more confused. Like, okay, let's talk about some of the backlash that came from it. See, here we go. Isn't that something you sleep in? Just like wearing pajamas in public. Right. Both are equally wrong. You know, I can kind of give it a pass, like at the corner store, the convenience store, little gas station, whatever you call it. Because generally, you running out, running back in, maybe. But
Yeah, I've been guilty of that. Like if I know that I'm just running to Kroger, which is right down the street from me, and if it's something quick that I want, if I'm in my pajama bottoms, I will at least throw on a sweatshirt that's going to match and then throw on my kicks. Or there have been one time where I've gone in my slippers. I'm a slipper person. Like if I ain't got to throw on some shoes, then.
oh,
But I played a disability card on that one.
right. I mean, and that pass would be given to you. Like, oh, okay, I get it. But
But I'm still cute. I'm still together.
oh, we know. Or excuse me, I know.
Right. I was about to say
Even if
they
they
may
don't
not
know,
know.
but yes, we
Hmm.
know. Okay. And then it's how you want respect when you don't look like you respect yourself. And I mean, like, mm-mm. I could understand it if it was a bus ride or a road trip. Where
Oh, I was like a bus ride. We
like if
getting
if
on
you were
Marta?
on the, yeah, no, if you were like on the
Yeah,
Greyhound,
going on it. Yeah.
yeah. take something like that. Even if you're going to sleep on the plane, I mean, like the biggest thing about the airport to me is that it's international. You are not just dealing with a couple people from around the way. You be dealing with people from around the world. And the first thing they see is black women, because we are the only race that does this that I've seen.
The bonnets, yes. Pajamas, no.
Oh, no. Well, okay, so we're going to address that separately because I'm not okay with either of it. Like, no. And then as a woman to go out the house in pajamas, you looking like you for the streets, like you trying to go. Like, what other, if you out in public in your pajamas, maybe you cute, you got body, whatever, and the dude step to you, what he gonna think? Oh, you ready to go to bed? Let me go with you. He can't take you to dinner. Y'all can't go out to eat. You can't go to a movie. I mean, what you
Or
gonna do?
depending on what you stepped to her with, you'd be like, oh, so you were waiting on me for the both of us to meet so that you could go home to get yourself presentable. It would make you laugh and you'd be like, oh,
Yeah,
okay. You're right.
exactly. I mean, and you don't want nobody to say nothing to you. But that's like kind of seeking attention to me because it's going to draw attention. Pajamas, bonnets. Something ain't right here. You know what I mean? Like, I might not notice anybody else, but I'm going to notice the bonnet and the pajamas. And this goes for males and females, when it comes to the pajamas. Like, that's, no. And that's
Yeah,
not
because
clean.
I can't stand seeing it. I'm sorry. I don't like seeing a guy in a do-rag. That's just me. I don't. Not in the streets.
Nah, not really. Because
Do-rags and slides, no.
slides?
No, ma'am.
Oh, now that's a different level.
No, ma'am. Slides and socks? You about to make me... You about to make me curse. No. What? How does that read? I don't care if they Gucci. I don't care if they Prada, Versace. I don't care. No. Nike. No. You better not come out the house with no slides. That is for attire for the house or when you're going from the house to the curb to take the trash out.
Oh wow! Well,
That's not
I
meant for
don't mind
outside.
slides. I don't mind slides, but pajamas, yeah.
And men do that a lot. That's the equivalent to the women's furry slippers to the men's slides.
I'm inclined to disagree. We will have to agree to disagree. Because I mean, now slides, flip flops, for male or female.
So hold on. So you're saying that a male wearing slides, just in general with his outfit, is okay?
Yeah,
with socks.
That's typical. Most men wear socks with slides.
See, that's that country shit right there. Excuse my French. That's some country shit right there. That is not acceptable in my world. Oh no.
Okay. You entitled to your preference and opinion.
Ma'am. I will not fool with you. I wish you would step to me in your what? Where your shoes at in the car? Your feet hurt? Your feet better be on fire for you to be in your slides. Did you just get through taking the trash out, sir?
Okay. Well,
and why you got your do-rag on?
Now that part I don't know, because I mean it's the same thing as a bonnet to me. You sleep in it, it's right. To protect your hair, and if you're out, you're clearly not sleeping. And if your waves wasn't ready by 8 a.m. when you got up, they're not gonna be ready by noon when I see you out the street.
Right, and then when you take it off, you're gonna have that indentation from it being so tight. No, sir.
And
No.
then for a man with a do rag, now we know you ain't brushed your hair. Because at least with the woman with the bonnet, perhaps her hair is in rollers or it's curled. She's got it wrapped up, something that is generally to protect the style. Otherwise, she would have her hair showing. Oh, sir, this ain't a wave and bake like that. Waves don't work like that.
Wave and bake.
She says, oh, sweatshirt or slippers.
That's only if I'm going to Kroger, like real quick. Like I'm going, hey, I need a can of milk. Oh, speaking of, I need some milk. Um,
Stay focused.
right. But yeah, and it doesn't happen often. Usually I will throw on some shoes because 9 times out of 10, I don't want my slippers to touch the bottom of the scooter in the grocery store.
Hmm.
Mm. I can agree with that,
And
Teresa.
right. And with that, to me, I guess so. Okay, you gave me a couple of things. One, I want to talk about the slides one more time. The reason that it doesn't bother me is because men are particular about their sneakers. So, like, I mean, hey, I'm just
Now watch, my face is gonna be the thumbnail.
right, exactly. Click. Let me save this.
No.
But I mean, I okay, because we'll just have to debate about the slides, so we won't do that. We'll just agree. You don't like slides. I don't mind slides.
So, but what? No. Let's unpack that. We sitting here unpacking the myth of the bonnet and slippers. Men are included. Okay, so what? Okay, so his outfit is fly, right?
hmm
His outfit is cool, and then he got on these bummy ass slides. Like the accessories, with shoes are an accessory to an outfit. How is that acceptable?
ah,
It's not technically, it's not a shoe. It is a slipper.
so what about a sandal for men?
No, it's not a sandal. It is
No,
a
I said
slipper.
what about
Well, I don't
sandals?
like seeing sandals on men.
Okay, so you're just particular about
I mean,
footwear.
because I haven't seen a nice looking sandal for a guy.
Okay, that's why they wear slides.
No, but a slide is not a shoe. It's not a shoe. People of the audience, can you tell me if a men's slide is considered a shoe, or have you all made it acceptable to be viewed as a shoe? Because I'm gonna tell you, the other day I was in DSW, and for the sake of just wanting to have some for myself, because I can't wear shoes that don't have a backing because they'll slide off, right?
Right.
But Adidas had this pair of, I guess they would be considered slides, and they had like an ankle strap. They were really, really cute, right? So I was like, oh my gosh, these are amazing. Like they would be super duper cute with a cute pedicure, with a cute color with it, because they were white. And the Adidas sign was in black. So I was like, oh, these will be so cute. Like if you go to the pool, or if I'm just lounging around, or if somebody like you stop by or something, it'll be cute like that. But then I was just like, no, Lovey, you know how you feel about slides. So I just couldn't bring myself to buying them.
Okay, so is there ever a time that it's appropriate for a man to wear a slide outside of the house?
No.
What does he wear to the pool?
To the pool. Okay, my bad. To the pool, yes.
What is he supposed to wear on the beach?
Okay, now you're reaching.
I mean, because you're telling me it's not a shoe. So,
Because you're not wearing sneakers or kicks to the beach. Because you're going to get sand all in them. You're going to be ruining your shoe, getting sand all in your shoe and all that other kind of stuff. So, for practicality purposes, yes, if you're on vacation and you are going to the beach, you're going to the pool, you're going anywhere where there's water, sand, and coconut shells laying around. Yes, that is acceptable. Going around the house, or if you're taking the trash out, you're doing something outside of your dwelling. But to be like, hey, I'm going to go to the mall, or hey, I'm going to this party, so I'm about to wear these fly ass slots. No, it's not footwear.
Okay. All right. I mean, I'm not gonna convince you. You're not gonna convince me. So we'll leave it
I
up
mean,
to.
that's a coastal thing. Cause I would never, well, I won't say I never, but as long as I've seen this trend go on, I haven't seen that in California. Although, no, I take that back. They probably do it in LA. Because you'll see, I have seen guys wearing Pendletons and slides. I have seen that. But that's not their normal footwear. But in the Bay, mm-mm,
Okay.
mm-mm. I see, and I feel that that's just being lazy. You're not taking the time to cap off your look. You just like, oh, I'm about to be suited and booted. But for my feet, the buck stops at the pants.
I mean, to me, I guess most places that I see slides, like a guy wearing slides at the mall, I'm not bothered. Now, if we are at a club, which I don't even think you can get into the club with
You can't.
slides,
You gotta wear
but
hard bottom
if you're
or
at
sneakers.
a kickback, like somebody's house party, like a chill spot, I'm not bothered by slides. Now, church, okay, no, um, some sort of event like that, not necessarily professional, because you wouldn't wear slides too, like a suit and tie thing. You're not gonna put on slides, but where like anything that's kind of dressed down and casual, um, not necessarily like Applebee's slides, okay, yes, but like a Marietta Fish Market, no.
Nope.
Or a Ruth Chris or something like that. I mean, there's certain places that I'm not bothered by seeing slides, but
Teresa, you are absolutely correct. This falls all in line of the conversation, because people view the furry slides as, women being lazy and not wearing, because those are not, because they've now made it footwear. I think the minute that Rihanna came out with a line with Puma and the furry slides, that's when it became acceptable. Because this was a few years ago. This trend been ongoing for a while now. Because I want to say the first time I saw it, I was like in either Macy's or Dillard's where I saw it, and I was like, "What?" To where now it's remanufactured, and you can get them at the beauty supply store.
that's where I first saw them. First was at the beauty supply store, so that was a no for me. Like, you're not supposed to wear beauty supply shoes. Period.
I got a pair of shoes that I bought from the beauty supply store.
Well, your foot situation is a little different than the average, so
But I'm
no,
still cute and put together though.
exactly. But I mean, I am bothered by the furry slippers. But for me, if I'm wearing house shoes around the house and I'm getting ready to run out, I put on slides.
Okay,
So
Courtney, that's not what I'm saying. Okay, if you just got your pedicure, the furry slides are fine. But you're not gonna wear it. You going to a cocktail party? Say like you going to a tea party. You gonna wear your dress and your hat with some furry slippers? No. I don't care if it is the same color. No, you're not going to wear it. It's not active footwear. It is slippers, people.
okay, all right.
He did okay, Jermaine. You are see. I told you, dudes in L.A. They wear Pendletons and the slides. You getting it? The L.A. culture is completely different than the Bay Area. It is, but either people wear appropriate clothing. That's what it's made for. Okay. Let and I'm not saying you gotta go spend hundreds of dollars on your clothes, okay? Because I'm not one that's this top. This the same top that I got when you and Courtney and I were in Walmart. You remember that top and the yellow pants? I love them yellow pants.
And that was a while ago. That was in November.
No, that
Was
was
it?
last year. No, that was like 2 years ago.
Was it that far longer? Yes, because it was the year before when she was down here. So it was still November, but not November of last year. It's
Mm-hmm.
November 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, so we'll leave the slides and stuff. But now pajamas and bonnets, I look at them as the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Bonnets are pajamas or house clothes. You know what I mean? I don't think that they should leave the house.
But why are we sticking with just women? Why aren't men included in this?
I'm not saying that they're not that's so bonnets, do rags, and pajamas. When I'm saying pajamas, though, I'm talking about for both sexes, male and female, or all genders. Okay, I'm talking about anybody going out the house in pajamas because, especially when you have sweatpants, like just throw those on.
Your nail color.
Thank you, and they glow in
I
the
like
dark.
my nail color too.
Does it glow in the dark though?
I don't need it to glow in the dark. Okay. I love my nail color. Okay. Against the chocolate.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Your color is fine too. But all right. Now the other part of it is, why are people offended by this conversation?
Because
Like,
a hit man and a hit dog will holler.
and then did you see the video? Either one of the videos from Monique?
I heard about or I saw like a caption. I think I
Okay,
saw
so
it on YouTube.
you didn't watch the ones I sent to you,
So listen. Okay.
Linda.
Listen. Linda. Listen. I'm not a big Monique fan. Okay. After her world press tour of bashing everyone, I have very little tolerance to hear what she has to say these days. Now, I must admit that I'm in total agreement with her this particular conversation because she made some sense. But no, I did not. Listen, I told you that. You know,
Okay, I tried. But I mean, and to your point though, I haven't, like, I kind of fell off from Monique around the same time because I was like, I got where she was coming from, but the way she went about it, it wasn't any better than the people she was talking about to me, and I fell off. But I ended up watching this video and I just took it for what it was. I mean, it was something that I agreed with and I thought she had a good point. And then the amount of conversation that came from it was like, well, okay, let's talk about this, because I don't know how people got to be comfortable in their pajamas outside of the house.
Teresa, what we're speaking on now is what she addressed. Women feeling as though wearing bonnets and pajamas and slippers are acceptable to wear outside of the house. Where's your value? Where's your self-worth?
Right.
Where's the value in yourself where you feel as though this is okay? We back in the day, that's not what we did. If you come from a specific era, your parents wouldn't allow you to go out the house just looking like who shot John and what the hell for.
You're right. Exactly. And I mean, I just stick to those values. I mean, I represent who I'm from, not just where I'm from when I leave the house, and I represent my significant other. I mean, I don't want to be coming out the house looking any kind of way and somebody say, "Oh, V, I saw your girl. I thought she looked better on Facebook." No, I, mm-mm. And I get that you shouldn't shouldn't care what people think, but you should a little bit.
Yeah, it's kind of like you saw the Devil Wears Prada.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am, but go ahead.
Oh my god, you have to watch it. It's so good. But okay, so it's with I'm about to say her name, Miranda, Meryl Streep, and I can't think of old girl's name, but Miranda is basically like Anna Wintour of Vogue. She's the editor in chief, blah, 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 blah. She knows about fashion and she takes fashion very seriously. She holds it to a high regard. And so Andy, they were in the office and they were looking at different shades of blue. Like, oh, why would you go with this color blue? Oh, look at this shade. Oh, this is so nice. And so Andy was just like, it's just blue. So she was like, ma'am, that sweater that you're wearing, what we're doing, people went through a process to come up with that shade of blue. So where
Mm,
you may think that it's an insignificant choice, there was a lot of thought that went into it. And then what you're wearing is a product of someone's, real work. So I think if people look at clothes, I think if you have, I know as for me, let me see if I can think that far back. Because I was always taught to have, to love what you're wearing.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it was, if I wasn't together, oh, I got together. Okay. You scuffed your patent leather shoes. Oh, I would never forget the beat down of my life.
Oof.
Because we were walking across the street because this is when I was used to use a walker. And I did not lift my foot up because I used to drag my foot a little bit. And when I went to step up on the curb, I didn't lift my foot quick enough. So it scraped up on the curb. So I had a scuff mark on my patent leather shoe. Worst beatdown ever. And so I don't know if my family particularly wanted to make sure that I looked good because of my disability. But I know as I got older, I took pride in it. Like, you ain't about to catch me slipping out here. I
Right.
may not be completely suited and booted, but I'm gonna look like something, okay? Like this.
Exactly.
This
I
is simple.
Right. And it's just about self respect. It's not about trying to impress people. Nobody's saying that, you're not supposed to leave the house in a full, your face beat, full lace frontal and this, that, and third every time you step out the house. No, you can have a low key day. You can be comfortable, but be respectful. You know what I'm saying? And you feel better when you are put together. Even on a low key, you just got on jeans and sweats. Okay. But you don't have on pajamas, but all right. There's that.
So we're gonna have to have a night in where we gonna watch The Devil Wears Prada and we gonna eat corn.
Oh, okay. Popcorn? I'll do that. Now, let's move on to the second subject. All right. So, body counts. Do I want to break down what body counts is or let people wonder what we're talking about? Okay. So, just follow the conversation. Does, at what age does body count stop mattering? Because I think it should matter at some point, but after a while, it's kind of inherent. What?
You want to explain to the people what you mean?
What, as far as body count?
Yeah, because even though our glorious audience may know what we're talking about, for the people who are watching the replay.
Body count is how many sexual partners has a person had, and so just they just call it body count. Okay.
Was that hard to do?
Yes.
You'll be all right. You good and grown, okay?
Okay.
About to get married, okay?
Hey. But I got to do some updates. I'll do that last. I forgot to do the updates about that. But anyways, So, how much does a body count matter? And how do you figure out how many is too many? Because for me, body count is less consequential than what does your doctor say? Can you show me a clean bill of health? We just gonna keep moving. Can you show me a clean bill of health? That's what
No,
matters to
don't go
me.
anywhere, people. This is okay. So I have I'm scaled down. Okay, so this is a PG
Yeah.
podcast. Okay, y'all don't need to leave. Sit in the row. It's okay. I don't think it matters. What difference does it make?
And I'm gonna
'Cause
say this as tactfully as possible. I think one for women, I don't think that it really matters, how many women their potential mate has slept with. I think it matters more to men about how many men a woman has slept with. Just for mental reasons, I don't know, but I also feel like, how can I put this? If you, if your boat ain't big enough to make some ripples in the ocean, that's when you start to worry about it. But
okay, you know what, Courtney? I'm done. I am so done. Y'all are hilarious. Well, number one, Auntie Sylvia, you've been married for a while, okay? So you ain't got nothing to worry about.
right.
But but for my single self, I'm not about to be sitting up here and talking about, so how many partners have
Mm-mm.
you? No.
How many
And it's
checkups have you had?
right. And then if you live in a little big town, say like Atlanta or Oakland, you didn't slept with somebody that didn't slept with somebody that didn't slept with somebody.
That you know.
Right. 6 degrees of separation. So
Right.
I'm not about to. And plus, men, I hate to say this, but men are a lot more insecure in that department than women are. We don't care. I mean, there are some women who are insecure as well, but for body count, I don't care how many pieces of cookies you didn't ate. I don't care. That's not
You ain't
me.
had this.
Right. These are some 11 herbs and spices, okay? You ain't
Okay.
had these.
So I think that body count is more of a masculine concern. And for women, it's not the quantity, it's like who. I think women worry more about who it was versus how many. Like, oh, you slept with her? Mm.
But I think that all comes with age as well. Because if you when you get in your 20s and probably like your mid 30s, yeah, you like, oh, you slept, okay, so your response may be different from, oh, you slept with her? What? Okay, versus now? Oh, you slept with her? Okay. So we about to go do our thing, right? Okay, because I'm not worried about her.
Not now. No.
Right? No, please, no, not about to play that reindeer game.
Oh, no. And I really think that that's a potential to miss out on a good person. And also, body count is kind of an irrelevant number because you could have one person that only slept with two people in their lifetime over 20 years, but they do it 5 times a day. So now it's more about the number of encounters versus number of people you encountered with.
You want to address that question?
So not everybody is about that life, and oddly
We
enough,
for the streets.
right, okay. But when I told V, because I always pre-screen everything with V before I do the show. He's like, body count, who y'all killing? I was like, no, not that body count. We no, we ain't thugs over here. We ain't thugs over here.
Yes, Teresa. For me, it does. Because, like Aaron said, if you've only had two partners in your life,
How
Your
long were you locked up?
right. Your skill set. You might need to go back to school.
Right. And I think that that is
And
where
at
the
this
question,
age, I'm not trying to be teaching nobody. Just
we ain't teaching no old dogs new tricks. But I will say to your point though, I think that once you have uh once you have sex with somebody and it's kind of off, that's when the question comes. Like, how many people have you slept with? Or if it was like amazing, you're like, how many people you done did this with?
see. Okay, so little bit of transparency. So I used to date this guy where I knew he had been with multiple people.
Hmm.
His body count was really high. And I've never been the jealous type. Like, how would you? No, that's not me. Okay, well, you know what? If you want to go be with her, go ahead and be with her. Go ahead. Um, and then one time, because he was this is so funny because I'm thinking about the shot, because he was a masseuse,
Okay, that explains it. But carry
right?
on.
And so he would, we would talk, and so he would tell me about his clients and stuff. And so one day, because I felt it kind of weird to get a massage from him, so I would just go out and get one professionally, right? And so one day I had gone, the one and only time I've gotten like a full body massage. And, the guy was talking to me. He was trying to, keep me calm and everything. I don't know if anyone has ever gotten a full body massage before, but it's zen in the room, but they also kind of talk to you and, kind of keep you engaged, whatnot. So while he was talking in my mind, like this, what this motherfucker be doing? This how he be talking to people. So that's like the one and only time that I've allowed someone to get into my psyche like that. So I was just like, oh no, I can't do this. And never will I allow something like that to ever happen again, where it's going to get in my head. I can't do that. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. For the women that does it all the time, where it bothers them you can have that. I love my sanity and my peace. Mm-mm.
Right. And I do think that it does open the door for, I mean, to unnecessary questions. You know what I mean? Like, if you're asking about their quote unquote body count because of their behavior that makes it seem like maybe they for the streets, then just follow your intuition and lead them in the street.
That part. That part.
Because I mean, long as you loyal to me, whatever happened before me was before me. Don't let
Right.
nothing happen during me. Ignore the shade. Ignore the shade.
But I can't. I'm not. It doesn't matter at this point. You here? There's a reason why you here.
Right. And I mean, as you get older, uh, typically the body count will get higher. So now you have to. That's like, how can you figure out what's really high? It's all relative. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Because if you're 40 and you started having sex at 15, just saying somebody, okay, that's what, 20. Oh, here we go doing math. It's not my strong suit. 25 years. If their body count is 50, you're like, oh, that's a lot of people. That's 2 people a year.
Yeah, that's funny. Because I used to be that person where I'd be like, no, I'm not. I'm not. I used. Okay, I really used to really look at my account.
Hmm.
Like, nope, I'm not going over this. I'm not. And then it just got to the point I was like, you ready? Okay. You okay? Yeah, you over my quota, but okay.
Okay. And the other thing about it is, I mean, and that's how women are kind of taught, is that sleeping with a lot of men makes you
promiscuous, and
Yes.
you a hoe, and as we used to say back in the day, a strawberry or a toss up.
Okay. Or skeezers, tramp, whatever the
Yes,
words are.
yes,
Yes. But men are taught to sow their wild oats. Who they gonna sow their wild oats with? If we supposed to not be giving it up.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I mean, and in reality, if anything, women's body count should be higher than men because we got tricks to tighten our stuff back up. We can snatch it back. Oh, once that thing wear out, hello, Lazarus. Like,
Yeah, 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 yeah. Right, Jermaine. I was gonna say because Courtney asked, "What's too high of a number?" Yeah, if you talking Wilt Chamberlain and who was the other, but it's a recent basketball player that claimed that his numbers were high. I can't remember which one, but yeah, you knocking them out like 3 a week. Okay, sir, what is missing in your life?
exactly. A lot is missing in your life because all you doing is having sex. You ain't having relations.
Hmm. No, they having relations. They're
No,
not
like
having
you're not
relationships.
relationships.
Right.
You have no connection. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm. 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 And then even then, that would make me question. Because okay, so whenever I meet someone, I will sometimes I will ask, depending on the flow of the conversation. I'll be like, "So, when's the last time you've had sex?" So if they say, "Oh, it was last week," or "It was last month," or "It was last year," okay, so each of those answers could present a question. If it was last week, okay, so what is your relationship with that person? Is it just somebody who you was knocking down, or is this a continuous thing? Because why are
Right,
you here, sir?
right.
Last month, okay. Again, what's the nature of your relationship with that person? Are you just friends? I mean, is there a chance that
Just
you
gonna come
going
back.
right? Mm-hmm. And then if it was last year, okay, so are you saving yourself for marriage?
The jump though, like you're a whole, you're a saint.
Just saying. Like, you may not like the flavor of the cookie over here. So you might just go on back. But you like my personality.
Right. Don't get me
So,
caught up in nothing.
right. I need to know these are important questions.
And so let's see what we got in the comments. Let's see, what does what happened before you matter? Okay, right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So Will says not to get too deep, but it matters. So I mean, okay, you entitled. I don't understand why it matters at this point. Now maybe
Will you care to elaborate on that? You mind coming on so we could get the male's perspective? Because I want to know. Because I just said that men had some men are more insecure in that area than us women.
okay. So he's coming from a soul tie perspective, which I can get that. But there's demons, emotional validation, security with someone. True facts.
Y'all get that deep? Men
What
get that
man?
deep? Yeah.
Yeah, some
See,
do.
you would never know because you thinking like, okay, because women we get emotionally attached, so it's refreshing to hear that men also fall in line with that. Hmm.
And let me put you on a little game. He country. He from Plymouth, North Carolina.
I mean, I don't know where that
Exactly.
is, but
I'm just
you wear
telling
slides outside.
you. I'm not. I'm not about to do that with you. But I mean, so the reason that we were talking about this this week is for whatever reason it's come up in okay. It's come up in
What you okay, Auntie Sylvia?
right. I'm enjoying this. Somebody is uncomfortable in the chat right now, but it's not me.
Right. This grown folks talk. We grown folks. Y'all need to understand your nieces and nephews. We grow up.
Right, right, we do.
Even though I will say that I probably won't have like a face to face conversation with Sharon about this.
Oh no.
But if she overhear me talking, I mean, there's nothing I can help you with that. You know my mouth.
Uh,
You know what I'm capable of. Can't talk about it in front of my own auntie, but I can talk about it in front of other aunties.
right. In front of my mama.
Uh-huh. Hey, boo.
But yeah, so I to me, okay, again, I won't I never as I get older, body count doesn't matter as much. Now when I was younger, you 21 and you talk about 20 people.
Right? Like,
And don't have me in a situation where all the females around me you done smash. That's worse for me than a body count. Like,
yeah, I get it. Totally get it.
so that's where not really my concern, but if I had a concern with that, it would be about who. Like, they better not be in my face.
Yeah. I mean, well, nobody wants to be in that position.
Right.
I don't care how old you are.
Right.
You need to tell me. Leroy used to tell me that. Don't have me up in a room somewhere and you done been with somebody up in there.
Exactly.
Am I really gonna be like, hey dog, ball now? He was like, no, you ain't gotta say it like that, but you can give me a heads. I was like, well, what if I don't know that they're going to be there? So I was just supposed to be like, hey, okay, look, see him over there in the red hat? Yeah, we kicked it a couple of times.
Yeah.
That did happen once. It happened once. Matter of fact, it was the masseuse.
Oh, so it happened like the shot.
It did. I was Jada. I was, and I did not have a heart to tell him, but because I knew that ego would play a part, and I couldn't. And for those of you who knew Leroy, his mouth was hot, so he was like a ticking time bomb. You never knew when that thing was gonna go off. So I was like, I'm not about to tell him that. That was the time and the place for everything. But when we got home, I was like, hey, you remember that dude in red? Yeah. Why you didn't tell me? It's okay. I'm telling you now.
Right.
Okay. It's in the past. Why you worried about it? But I'm honoring your wishes. You asked for me to tell you, and I told you.
All right. Well, that is our conversation on bonnets and body count.
That went too fast.
It did. It did.
Oh, Lord. Let the bodies hit the floor.
Lord, I'm not about to. No. So before we do get out of here, I am going to be sure to give the black fact. And then
wait, what's a chain store? I don't understand the question. At what time do you not ask or care what the body count is because you haven't?
But I'm gonna need y'all to use all your syllables and consonants. I can't translate everybody at the same time. Let's see.
I mean, because again, it's all relative. For me, if I'm asking, massaging, right? Again, if I'm meeting someone who's 50 plus and they've only had 2 partners in their lifetime, okay, one is telling me that they were married. Okay, you're a monogamous person. Okay, great. Now that's kind of going to give me an idea of what your skill set might look like. Because again, like you said, Aaron, you may have been with that person for X amount of years and y'all may have been doing it 5 times a week. Okay. You might got to brush up on your skills but you're definitely going to be accustomed to what she liked. So how easy is it going to be for you to now learn what it is that I like. But then if you've been busting them down, 200 plus in your 50 something years, no, no, no.
And now the concern for me with that would be that do you know what you're doing? Because if you got that many, they ain't coming back.
Facts. 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 And see, that kind of goes into when was it last week or was it last month? Because now, why are you in pursuit of a new person?
Right.
Boom. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
These are important questions. Okay.
Lazarus. Okay. No, I don't want to know commercials. Um, let's see. A person can give a house, car, the world, all of which has a price. Simply, your body doesn't. Okay.
All right, Mister,
Okay.
come through for the men. That doesn't mean that you don't have access. No, it doesn't. But
Mm,
again, if you've only been with somebody for so long, you're accustomed to what they like.
yeah,
So,
because there's going to be a rhythm between the two of you.
right, right.
Even even if it's five different positions or something like that, it's going to be those same five. It's going to be
Mhm.
consistency.
Mhm.
Unless y'all really just into experimentation. But once you continue to have intercourse with the same person, y'all develop a thing, a way that it goes, starts, stops, ends, whatever, time of day, all of that. So it's something that's gonna make it almost habitual
Mhm.
that you're gonna have to readjust to with a new person.
And that's the word. You're going to have to readjust.
Yeah.
Don't get stuck. Oh, because the lens span worked for Debbie. The lens span ain't gonna work for Lovey. Okay.
Okay. Uh So Courtney said, "What time do you?" I say, "At what time do you not care what the body count is because you have someone that's special and you love?" Well, if there's going to be a body count conversation, that should be in the beginning. Because if you done let yourself fall in love with this person, then clearly the body count did not matter. Unless it was truly love at first sight. Y'all met 2 hours ago and you just happy go lucky in love. But if you have taken the time to invest into the relationship and get to know that person, and one of the questions you did not think to ask was body count, then that means it doesn't matter. It didn't matter then, it shouldn't matter now.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that it matters. It's just I know for me, just in conversation, I like to know where this person is in their you know, in their maturity. Let's talk about it. When was the last time you've had sex? And one, if you can answer the question, great. But if you cannot answer the question, mm, okay. So we can't sit down and have a mature conversation. Okay. Let me move on. But the count doesn't matter to me. I'm just
Right.
asking just to see where you are at this particular point in your life.
Yeah. And, you should be able to have a conversation about sex, especially with somebody you're having sex with. If you can't talk about it, you're not going to get what you want from them.
Mm-hmm.
They
Mm-hmm.
may get some of it, but they ain't gonna hit it dead on the mark because you can't
Right.
even speak about it. Y'all just kind
Mm-hmm.
of do it. Now you trying to move, trying to guide him in motion. Like, no, y'all better open your mouth and talk about it.
Yeah, because once you cross that threshold and then you try to go backwards to talk about it, it's too late.
Yeah,
It's too late.
and
Like you
then
said, you should have had that conversation beginning.
at that point, it kind of sets yourself up for unnecessary problems.
Yep.
Possibly, because what if you don't like the answer, and then if it's a year later, 6 months later, why is it mattering now? If you're asking that question later on in the relationship, there's something going on that's making you ask them that. Like maybe, they flirt a lot, or there's something that's giving you the implication that they may be building the body count while they still with you.
Yeah. Facts. Facts. What Miss Teresa say? Hey Teresa, girl, you my girl today.
Let's see. A high numbered person would care about being with a high numbered person for satisfaction. I don't think that.
No, I don't agree with that.
Nah, I don't. Now in talking to men about this conversation, they tend to be concerned about a woman with high body count because it feels different. Again, to me, I'm gonna stand up because I ain't no man. I'm not gonna speak for a man, but I just think
We
yeah,
got tricks.
right. And your little tugboat just ain't rowing the right direction. Sorry.
He
That's my
said the tugboat.
the little engine that could can't. Okay, but all right.
Wait, have you ever been asked
Have I ever been asked?
for your numbers?
Yes, but I can't tell you the last time.
I've been asked. Baby Jamaica.
I think that you might get asked more often than me based off your disability. That's my personal belief. Because I think because we've had personal conversations and they be like, "Can you like how many?"
Okay, so to kind of give this conversation some context. So I know we overtime, but we always go overtime. But this is a good conversation. So look, um, so with with me being the fly chick that I am in a wheelchair, right? Um, I used to get asked a lot when I was younger. Like the number one question would be whenever I would meet someone, can you have sex? And I'm like, yes. Why does it matter? Just get to know me. You'll find out. Duh.
All
And
right.
then, okay, so this might be the point where, all adults might want to cover their ears. So there's been times where I've been in the middle of the act and they want to act all like, I don't want to hurt you. Boy, I would not be in this. I would not put myself in this situation if I was easily to break. Okay, if I had a fragile sign on my butt. Okay,
Okay. I mean, if that was the case, that would be a conversation you would have long before
right.
we
Like
got to that.
okay, so look, we about to go back in this room. Okay, so you might hear a creak, you might even hear a snap, but I'm okay. Oh, like, come on. It's just so I get the fascination, but so when I do come across something like that, um I'll be like, well, what does it matter? Just know I am experienced. You'll be all right. You'll come out satisfied.
All right.
It doesn't matter. What I've done in the past has nothing to do with where we are right now.
All right. And first of all, why you worry about what I have done, you better make sure you can get it. It's not a guarantee. Put in the work for that before you put in the work.
Before I got to sit on the side of the tub and make this call to my girl. Let me tell you about this fool.
Okay, or just send me that text.
Or no, I deleted his number.
Right. Who? All right, so we are over time, but thank y'all for joining this conversation. I do have a couple more things before we go. Just some quick wedding updates. We have paid off the wedding venue, so bare
Woohoo!
minimum, we have our rings; they're paid off, and we have them. I have my dress, and it's paid off, and we have the venue. So come hell or high water, we get married come April, and we have our honeymoon cruise booked and paid for.
Yay.
So we ahead of the game right now. We got a photographer. So we working towards the wedding. We are getting there. I'm excited, especially now that this venue is paid for. And the more boxes I check off, the more excited I get. So
No.
yeah, yeah.
Yay.
Can't wait.
Uh,
They can keep it. Okay. Facts. But all right, so speaking of facts, let me give y'all the black fact and then we'll get out of here. So today's black fact is Haile Selassie. Of course, I can never get y'all to see it right. But Haile Selassie the first, July 23rd, 1892 to August 27th, 1975. Ethiopia's regent from 1916 to 1930, emperor from 1930 to 1974. He served as chairperson of the Organization of African Unity, a former member of the Solomonic dynasty. He was forced into exile after Italy invaded Ethiopia in 1936. He became the face of the resistance and went before the League of Nations in Geneva for assistance. He secured the help of the British in reclaiming his country and reinstituting his powers as emperor in 1941. Internationalist views led to Ethiopia becoming a charter member of the United Nations. Rastafari movement perceives Haile Selassie as a messianic figure who will lead a future golden age of eternal peace, righteousness, and prosperity. Again, that is Haile Selassie. And that
All
is
right.
your black fact for the week. Um,
You want to hear my question of the day?
I was just going to say we didn't do your question of the day. Come on, but what's your question of the day?
If you could ask one person one question and they had to answer truthfully, who and what would you ask?
Mhm. I have no idea because it's so many people I could ask one question to, but to pick the one person to ask the one question, ugh.
I love how I get you stumped.
Every week you need to give me a preview or something so I can be ready. Are
No,
you ready? What's your answer then? Because you knew the question in advance.
my mom. I would ask my mom, where did you get my name from? Because no one knows. No one in my family knows.
Oh man. One person, one question, and they have to answer. Oh,
You are really stumped.
I am. Can you see the questions and the people
Yes, I
answer?
see the math problems and the protractors and everything.
Girl, that's a tough one. Cause see, you were ready because you had the question in advance.
I just pulled out the
Like,
question.
oh man,
Come on now, just one person. Pick a person. Pick a person. Any person.
I'm trying to figure out who could I ask this
Malcolm
secret to
X.
success or something like I I just want the money. So I need to ask somebody how to get to the money and lay out a plan for me to get to the money. Don't just tell me what you did. Let me follow. Give me the breadcrumbs so I can get there.
Where the money
'Cause,
reside? Where
yeah,
the money
I need to be where
reside?
the money reside, baby. That's what I need. I don't know who that person is, but that's the question I need to ask. Okay.
Hilarious.
But alrighty, well, thanks, Levy, for another great episode. Definitely an interesting conversation. I was not prepared to spend that much time talking about slides. Like I really thought we were just gonna talk about bonnets, pajamas, and move on to body counts. But girl, we gonna have to talk about that after the show. I need some understanding, honey. But
Can we have more content like this?
we will work on it. We will work on it. We're trying to expand our content. We're trying to have ooh.
Oh, I don't know if we really want to know that one, honey. Mm. Mm-mm. No. But that's a good one, though.
Right.
Mm-mm.
And Jermaine said he'll
Child.
ask God for forgiveness. Um, good question, but I don't think that that's you don't have to wait.
Right. Right.
That
You
that was
don't.
given.
You have every opportunity to ask for forgiveness. Every day is a new day.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
But on that note, we will slide out of here. Oh, by the way, did y'all notice this was the new intro? Because remember, Levy sent me two. I posted. I mean, I shared that one this time because I got them confused, but I got it. So we gonna exit with the intro because I know y'all missed it. And we out, y'all. Have a great week.
She trying to say